Hello, our gospel today comes from the Gospel of St. Matthew. As Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside by themselves and said to them on the way, "Behold, we are going to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and the scribes, and they will condemn him to death and hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and scourged and crucified, and he will be raised on the third day." Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee approached Jesus with her sons and did him homage, wishing to ask him for something. He said to her, "What do you wish?" She answered him, "Command that these two sons of mine sit, one at your right and the other at your left, in your kingdom." Jesus said in reply, "You do not know what you are asking. Can you drink the chalice that I am going to drink?" They said to him, "We can." He replied, "My chalice you will indeed drink, but to sit at my right and at my left, this is not mine to give, but is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father." When the 10 heard this, they became indignant at the two brothers. But Jesus summoned them and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and the great ones make their authority over them felt. But it shall not be so among you. Rather, whoever wishes to be great among you shall be your servant. Whoever wishes to be first among you shall be your slave. Just so the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Well, my friends, in today's Gospel, we hear that the mother of James and John has gone to Jesus, and she has asked that her sons would have a position of honor, a position of power in Jesus' kingdom. Now, certainly she is asking this probably because she doesn't understand exactly what Jesus' kingdom is going to look like. She almost certainly understands that his kingdom will be like all the other kingdoms that she has ever heard about, that she has ever known. But as we know, Jesus' kingdom is something very different. And I think that this is something that is important for each one of us, is are we willing to be open to the fact that what God calls us to may be something that is quite different from what we had in mind. Certainly the kingdom that Jesus calls the sons of Zebedee to is incredible. In fact, much better than their wildest dreams. But it is different, very different from what they had in mind. And sometimes it can be quite frustrating when we have an idea about how things are going to go, how they're going to work out, and then when it is not so, it can become incredibly frustrating. In fact, sometimes frustrating to the point that we're unable to continue to make progress to wherever it is that God is actually calling us, because we're so disappointed, we're so upset that things did not go to our plan. So this day, I think one of the keys to this gospel is to take to heart this reminder that God's ways are not our ways, that sometimes what he calls us to is something incredibly different from what we have planned for ourselves. But like James and John, we ask that we might continue to follow Jesus Christ, so that even if his dream for us is something very different than the one we dream for ourselves, we follow, knowing that in the end, what God calls us for is greatness. What he's made us for is greatness. And if we allow ourselves to follow him, he will get us to where we need to go. God bless.